Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. So yeah, I've come on this morning because I haven't finished working in this, but I'm finished to the point where I will show you, and then from then I'll just work in it as and when I feel like I want to, rather than as a project. It's no longer a project in that sense. So what I've done is I'll just open it up. When you saw it last, there were a lot of things that I've added on since then. Hang on, am I the right way around here? Yes, I am. So I added these pieces here. This is this wool, which is, let me just see. It's always little bits on my desk. It's hand spun blue face Leicester wool, and it came on this little vintage peg, which is quite sweet. I bought it a long time ago, as far as I can remember. I couldn't tell you how long. I mean, it's a few years at least. And then so I added these bits in. I needle felted them in initially, and then I couch stitched them as well. I added these more circles using needle felting. And I added some French knots here and there, some more of this muslin, some fabric that I needle felted in. So there's all sorts of little bits that I added on, and I'm really happy with it now. I wasn't sure about the blue dots. I kept wondering whether I'd done the right thing about those, but when I added the darker blue, it just somehow brought it together. And then when I added the brown, it made even more sense. So I'm happy with it as it is now. I did do more needle felting on just to get it a little bit more felted, but it's as felted as it's going to be now. I'm not going to do any more of that. I did some stitching all around. I did crazy stitching all around, and I did that by hand. So everything's been done by hand. And then I added these lovely buttons. These are all mother of pearl. These three, that one, and that one, I've turned over to the bottom of the, it's not the top, it's not meant to be, that's the side that you wouldn't normally see, but I really like the rustic nature of these, so I decided to add them on upside down basically. That one is gorgeous, and just going to snip that little bit of blue thread. I've sewn them on in different threads for interest and different ways of doing it, and I just love them all. I think they're gorgeous. I could do more work, and I may well add a button or something as a closure, or just something later on. It's very tactile, really beautifully tactile. Yeah, I absolutely love it. The inside I haven't done anything with, and again it's very tactile, and it's so durable. I mean, you can't damage it really. I mean, you couldn't even rip it if you tried. But yeah, you can see the stitching, but I don't mind that. I like it. And I decided after some deliberation to add cloth pages in this rather than paper pages. So I now have another cloth journal, which I'm really happy about. I added 6 pieces of this cotton. It was just an old sheet, so I've got sort of 24 sides that I can work with in some way and add things to, so I'm really happy with it. I struggled, oh, see, I've done that now. I struggled to decide how I was going to stitch them in, and the stitching has just come out. So basically what I decided to do, because I didn't want to add any elastic or anything like that to hold them in at the moment, I decided that I would just do a little stitch at the top there. Let me show you. There, and another one down there, and the bottom one has just come out. So I need to do that again, but this way it's temporary, and then if I want to pull it out and work I can. but I just didn't want to add anything to pull the wool down and damage it. Having just said you can't damage it, I didn't want that. So yeah, so that's what I've done. So I hope you like it. I'm really happy with it now. You know, I did have my doubts a couple of times, but I'm really happy with it. I loved doing all the different bits to it. It was a labour of love. It took some time, but I'm happy about that. I sat in the evenings actually and did the work in it. So, and I did do a couple of videos, but decided not to upload them. I just thought you know, happy just for me to work in it on my own, and I didn't think you needed to see me embellishing it really. You could have, you know, I did do a little bit of embellishing on the last video. Actually, that video was meant to be split into two and then a little bit added on to the last one, but sort of split into two, and then the first one was, you know, most of that, and then the second one I was going to add more to it, but I decided just to leave it as it was. So it was a long video, much longer than it was meant to be, and that was sort of two videos in one, if you like, and then me working on this would have been a third video, and I didn't want to do that, so I just thought I'd show you rather than work on it. Anyway, I enjoyed stitching in the evening, just having it on my lap and doing that little bit of work, so I hope you like it. I think both sides are really pretty in their own, you know, this is a bit more busy, that's a bit quieter, but just really lovely, really happy with it, and I will be working in it, and I'll show you it from time to time as I do work in it. So yeah, so I thought I'd show you that one, and I'd also thought I'd update you a little bit on my Boro journal, so I've been working on this as well. So for those of you who are new, this is a project, if you look back at some of my videos, you'll see it's a project that I started having watched K3N's Cloth Tales video, where she's been doing a series of stitching videos and slow stitch and all sorts of different things, tutorials, and I did a couple of them. I made a pouch, and I also made this Boro inspired, Japanese inspired journal. So I did, you know, this stitching cover, made the cover, and I added 3 signatures. So the first signature was paper, different papers. Second signature was cloth. And then the third signature, paper. And then I did this beautiful, this is all Japanese fabric, vintage Japanese fabric. Actually, not all of it, that isn't, but most of it is. That isn't, and that isn't, but the rest of it is. And you can see I've just added lots of little tiny stitches and larger stitches, and a lot of stitching down here and different stitches, and then here, and then a little sort of motif there, and then this stitch here. So I'm really happy. I was really happy with it, and I never thought in a million years that it would look like as full as this, even though it's not finished. So I didn't quite believe that I needed anything with a spine that big, but I certainly did. So there you go. But what I thought I'd do is just take you through what I've done so far, and then if there are any updates on it, I will gladly share with you if you'd like to see. Sorry, I'm just taking a bit of whatever that was. So I've incorporated my love of fabric, paper and dried flowers, tissue paper, all the things that I love, and I'll show you. So this was, as I said, this was vintage Japanese paper, and this was something I took out of a book. I'm going to add something there eventually, but I haven't done yet. This is an Indian hand printed, block printed paper. It's beautiful tissue style paper. I'm sure there's a name for it, but I don't know what it is, but it's beautiful. So I added that in there. If you've looked at my videos, you would have seen me working on these swatches and adding this, and this was one of my favourites, so I added that in here. The pocket here that I added, that again you would have seen me make if you look back at one or two of my last videos. So what I also did was, this is a really beautiful cartridge paper, really thick, and I was going to do some drawing and sketching and all sorts of things, and I will still do that, so I've left quite a few of them blank. So in between I put pieces of tissue paper, and I added this, which you saw me make. Again, I thought that was beautiful and wanted to add it. And more tissue paper. You saw me make this. So as you can see, there are still quite a few pages left to do, you know, lots of different bits of work. And there we go. And then the final one is this. This was in another book. I took it out because I wasn't happy with the book itself, and I've added it in here, and you can flip it up. There's a little pocket there. It had something in it, but I don't know where it's gone. Typical. But these are all dried flowers. Love this. And this is antique vellum. So again, that folds in there. And then this is from a project that I did many years ago, 2000, so 14 years ago, as an art project, part of a larger installation, exhibition, and it was just a tiny part of it, and I'm using up the pieces that I enjoy looking at. So, and then this is the fabric part, so I stitched this on. So this is one piece of fabric, this piece is another piece, and then I left these bits and left this open in part, stitched other parts of it, and that way I got little channels that I could put dried flowers in. So love that. Oops, coming apart there. And then this is another one of those things. They're very tactile. Another part of that project. So I added that in, and I've done, did I do 2 rows on there? No, I didn't. So I've added 2 rows there. So yeah. This was a slow stitch piece that I wanted to do. Love that. Very tactile. Really pretty to look at. Lots of different stitches. Just really nice. And just make sure I'm not overdoing. So this piece I did a long time ago, and I've added it in, but I'm planning on putting more into that. So I have some pieces that are going in, but I haven't put them in yet. This was a slow stitch piece, and on the other side, so this is the back side, this is the front of it, and this was me stitching on this fabric here, and then just doing a slow stitch pattern on it. And I love the back of it as much as the front, really, but I will do some more work on that. I did this a while ago. There's a video of me doing them. These are slow stitch pieces and stamping, and this is a vintage button, beautiful button, and then there's a dried flower in there, and more stitching, and this is covered in tissue paper to protect the flower. And then turn it over, and we've got the centre of the signature. This one is, these are stitched in, so they are actually stitched in. And the cloth part isn't, so I can take them out and work on them. And I'm just trying to decide what to do with that in the future. So this was the original piece of paper that I used to take a print from, and so I did some printing on using glue, like a matte gel medium glue or something like that, and I added them to this beautiful. So I added it to cotton. I did it on a cotton fabric. I stitched around the fabric, and then I added it onto here and stitched around there. Same here, stitched around there and there, using contrasting threads. I'm really happy with that. And then on that side, another one of those that I did, another beautiful vintage button and a print there, and then a flower here and stitched on, and then covered over with tissue paper to protect it. And then this is just a flip-up piece of cotton fabric. It's from an old pillowcase, and I wanted to use it somewhere, and I have some ideas about what I'm going to do under there and on top of here, but I haven't done it yet, so that's a work in progress as well. And then I've got some nice blank pages to work with. And then this, again, this is an old piece that I did, and I had it hanging up on just on like a rack that I've got, and the pieces, I mean, this is I think it's about 6 years old, something like that, and you can see cracks in the leaves, and it got thrown about actually. It got, I mean, I'm surprised they didn't break off. But so what I did was I sort of covered them with matte gel medium, and it really protects the, actually I think I might have covered it with paper, yes I did. So I layered on tissue paper using matte medium, and it's holding it together for just a few more years hopefully. Stitched around it with a nice gold thread, and then this did some stitching here. Really happy with, you know, just recovering that, repurposing it, and I love it, so I'm really happy with that. It's going to last a bit longer. And then on this side I've got this piece which I did some time ago as well. This was done about in October last year, and this has got pockets here and here and then behind there as well, so it's got 3 pockets. I really like this. This is just cotton fabric that I stamped with a pen, and so I got some nice polka dots, and then I did some slow stitching. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. And then this is the back side of the French knots, pretty French knots, and I like that look, so I left them. And then this is the other side. So this side is, the theme is blue, taking inspiration from this beautiful paper, and then this side is gold, taking inspiration from this gold paper. This was part of a tiny piece of a part of a larger project that I did again many years ago, and I just have bits of it left. I've stitched it on with the cross. I love this image, so I added that on, and then I added a pocket here. So this I really like this image because I thought it reflected some of the front of there, except I didn't use red, but I really like that. And then this is some Japanese Boro stitching. Oh, I can't find which is top and bottom, and I don't think it matters. And I backed it, so, and then popped it in that pocket there. Beautiful, as I said, Indian block printed paper in gold. If you saw my swatch, watercolour swatch video just recently, you would have seen this. I love this with the flower on hydrangea on, and I covered, have I covered that with, I might have to cover that with something to protect it. I made these recently, you might have seen them, and I've just added that on. Haven't done anything with it. You haven't seen me make this. I was inspired by another YouTuber, and I can't remember her name. I will look it up. It's got another piece of it here. It's covered in stuff. So basically, I think the idea originally came from Shelley Rhodes, who's quite a well-known video artist, using textiles and papers and things. And she originally, I think she did it much more structured and textured than this is. But I got the idea where you maybe have a piece of paper, tissue, whatever it is you're going to use, and then you can machine stitch it, and then wet it and rub away some of the papers, and that's what I did, except I didn't machine stitch it, I hand sewed it, and it's sort of, you can see it's not very robust, but I like that look of it. And I didn't pull away a lot of it because it was pretty. I like to see the blues. So, and then I tea dyed it, and then there's tea dye paper behind there, French book page behind there. So I really like that effect. I think it would look nice with something on top as well. So again, more of this beautiful cartridge and tissue papers. So I haven't done an awful lot there. And another one of those, I added that one in here as well, that you might have seen. I love that. And again, oops, you saw me make this if you saw the video. Really nice. This is broken, but I'm okay with that. I did cover it afterwards with matte gel medium, just so you know, to protect it. And I don't know if you saw me stitch them, you might have done, but yeah, really happy with that piece. So put that in, and then this is that gorgeous paper, and there's a pocket here that I can put something in if I want to. So I've got that there. On this side, again, this was something I made in the winter, January, a Junk Journal January project, and I really love it. But I didn't like it in that book that I made, so I decided to take it out and then add the whole page in. So this is part of that page, and I love this. This was using the Momigami paper. So beautiful to touch, and I just laid it all up and created this, and then did some hand stitching around it, and that's a little cluster that I made. So I added that as well. There's the paper there. And then finally, that was also part of that project, the Junk Journal January. Took it out and added it to here. So I feel that I'm giving it its right place in this book. So yeah, and then that was a flip out here. It was an envelope, and I've added more of that project that I did, and I just love doing that. Some old bit of wool in there from an old jumper that I took apart, so it's a deconstructed sort of project. So that's that, and that sits nicely in here, and I have a really nice book to play with. So I'm really happy with this project. It's just gorgeous, and I've got so many spaces to still use to do some sketching, maybe some painting, so I'm really happy with it. So there you go, two books, completely different from each other, but you know, they're both really happy with both of them, and I hope you like them, and I'll be back again with another video very soon. So take care everybody, have a lovely Sunday, and I hope you're all very well and enjoying your weekend. So bye for now.